What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if it's your first time checking out the show, make sure that if you're on YouTube, that there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Fam, this is one of those stories that I typically wouldn't talk about something like this because it's so disgusting, but I do think it's necessary to speak on this because this is a cautionary tale of how everything that glitter ain't gold. And everybody who appear to be self-confident and have it going on is oftentimes something very different from what they portray to be, especially on social media. I don't know how many times we have to see these type of stories, fam, before people understand that social media is just a big old puff. It's all smoke and mirrors. You should not watch social media, pay attention to what people are doing on social media and try to live out what they're doing because they're not even living the life that they're portraying that they're living. I saw one social media influencer take a picture in first class. I forgot her name. She took a picture in first class and then she went to the back into her economy seat and sat there, and someone who recognized her took a picture and exposed her. Whether you're sitting in first class or economy, it is what it is. Of course, membership has its privileges. If you are sitting in first class, it is a different experience. I won't front. I've sat in economy and I've sat in first class, and I will tell you, first class is nicer. The what do you call those people? The airline stewardess. They're nicer. They tend to be a little nicer. The seats are more comfortable. It's more spacious. Eat a little extra food. You actually get to eat for free. Well, it really ain't free. It's rolled into your price. So it's a different experience. It's a different experience. First class is a different experience. It's more comfortable. I personally fly first class only because of the space. I used to fly economy all the time, and I was cool with economy until they took away the space. They took away that space. Like, those damn seats are so damn tight now. I mean, you feel like you're in a damn sardine can. So I started flying first class simply because I didn't like, the limited space in economy. But before that, I was like, shit, why would I pay 3 times the amount of money to sit a couple of rows up on the same plane? We're going to get there at the same time. We're going to have the same amount of air or heat and oxygen. Why am I going to pay 3 times the amount of money to fly? And I'm getting, okay, they're going to give me some free drinks and some free food that's really included. I mean, even on the high end, if you add it up, like if it was hotel food, even on the high end at perhaps, I don't know, $100, it still ain't worth it, right? So that was always my reasoning. But once they took away that damn extra space, I was like, man, I ain't got no choice. I can't roll like this. So that's why I started flying first class. But I definitely would not be fronting for the gram. It is what it is. A lot of times I look at people, I know people that fly economy who are rich, and they got a whole lot more than the average person who probably out there faking and flying first class. But This situation was brought to my attention a few days ago. Actually, it was brought to my attention a few years ago. But now that is like really out there and people are really talking about it, I figured that I'll go ahead and speak on it because I was asked to actually cover this story. Now, these women are going out, I won't even say allegedly, these women are going to Dubai. They're going to Dubai and they are out there getting paid to do the most humiliating things. These rich Arab dudes are going out of their way to humiliate these women. They'll find a woman who thinks she got it going on, she looks sexy, whatever she think, everybody thinking she all of that, and they'll bring her to Dubai and literally shit on her. Like, and not just on her, but in her mouth. And they eat it for money. They might get 30 racks to go out there, 50 racks. They get half of their money up front. And this is what I've been told. They get half the money up front and they get the other half when they get through humiliating themselves. And if they become so disgusted where they can't go through with the act, they don't get the other half of the money at all. They're also being not forced, because they're not forcing them, they're offering them the money. They say, these are the terms. This is what it is. Take it or leave it. They're also sleeping with animals, sleeping with donkeys, camels. Well, not sleeping, because they ain't going to sleep. Them camels and donkeys working them over. They're performing oral sex on these animals. The animals are having oral sex with them. Look, fam, and let me be clear. These rich Arab dudes, they're just as disgusting as the women who they are humiliating, who they're putting through this stuff. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Fam, do you know? See, this is why I say often, if you don't know, let me tell you, I just got off the phone with my big brother. And we was just talking about this. When we were little and used to sleep in the bed together, you know how you talk about your dreams and aspirations and stuff, your goals in life. So we laying in the bed, we talking about what we want to do in life, what we gonna do, how we gonna be. And we used to say stuff like, what we won't do for money. And we didn't say what we will do for money. We said what we won't do for money. So we say stuff like, well, I wouldn't sleep with a man for money. I wouldn't have sex. I mean, I wouldn't kill my mama or my sisters, my brothers for money. I wouldn't kill my daddy for money. We go down a list of things we just wouldn't do for money. This is why it's important that if you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you won't do for money. Because you'll find yourself doing it. Hell, sometimes there's things that you say, I won't do for money, you find yourself doing it. But if you ain't even had that conversation with yourself, you damn sure will find yourself doing some things that you never thought you'd do. I mean, you be doing all kinds of stuff. You better have that conversation. What will you not do for money? Now, since the advent of social media, I've listened to I've listened to guys talk about money and people comment about what they, about money, like what a person, who cool about, certain dudes do certain stuff, certain women do certain stuff. And then you'll hear people comment, you see people comment or hear them comment like, man, that man about his money. As long as he getting that money. Oh man, you jealous. That man getting that money, man. He getting money, man. What's the problem? What's the problem? See, those type of people, they scare me. Because people that talk like that, you got to be very careful of. See, those are the type of people that will switch gears like this. They jump ship to ship. They jump from one team to the next team. Whoever they riding with at the time is their savior. That's the hero. That's the man. And they leave you behind. They clowning you, talking behind your back because they follow the money. Like whatever the money, whoever got the money, whoever got it, that's all they care about is money. So when I hear dudes talking about saying stuff like when I see dudes doing foul stuff, reckless stuff, and I hear dudes say, oh man, that man getting his money, man. How you gonna hate on that man, man? How you gonna hate? You can't knock the hustle. That's a dude that'll get on his knees and suck up another man. I guarantee he'll do it. He'll do it. I know he'll do it. He'll do it because that's how they built. Everything they do it for money. So if you getting $1 out of it, they'll justify it. If you can get paid, if they can get paid, they will justify it. They'll get on that. Next time, hear somebody talking like that, fam, and I can guarantee you, because that's a person that has no limits. And the only reason, if they ain't got on their knees and sucked up a dude already, it's just because they ain't been propositioned yet. They ain't the right amount of money ain't came across yet. It's the same way when these dudes be right out here wearing dresses and wigs and putting on lipstick and all that old stuff, talking about they acting. Oh, this for entertainment. Ain't that much entertainment in the world. I don't love nobody and no money that much. There's a clear difference between men and women, and I respect it. That's why when women are out here acting a fool, doing certain things, certain women out here acting a fool, you will never hear me say, well, women do it. Well, women do it. Why would I compare myself to women? We're different. We're cut different. We're built different. Why would I compare myself to women? It's like a woman saying, well, men do it. Why would a woman want to compare herself to men? Women have a different biological makeup. They have a different brain. Their brain operate differently. And, they have different emotions. Their anatomy is different. There's so many things that are different about a woman, and to a woman's advantage. Why would you want to be like a man? Same thing for the man. There's certain things that a man have an advantage. Why would you want to be like a woman? Like women also have periods. You want to have a period? I bet you don't want to have a period. It's like women say, well, when men do it, men take out the trash. Men cut the grass. Men get up on roofs and repair the roof and get under the sink and repair the plumbing. You want to do all that? I didn't think so. So I never compare myself to women because I know that we live in a double standard society in certain things, men benefit from, certain things women benefit from. And you can try to change it if you want to, but you're just going to make your life harder. You can buck all you want to, but when you try to change the natural order of things, you're going to run into problems. You see? And the reason why we're having so many problems is because the natural order is off. The natural order of life, the natural order of relationships is off. The natural order is off so far that if those women were raised under the natural order, not just mom and dad, but loving mom and dad who gave them the right teachings, the right direction and guidance, instilled a sense of pride in them, a sense of honor. they wouldn't be out there playing themselves like that. And those rich Arab men, if they had honor, if they had pride in themselves, if they knew the word decency, if they knew what that meant, they wouldn't be out there playing themselves like that. I would not want to see another human being eat feces. It's something sick about that. I would not want to see another human being humiliate themselves for nothing. And oh yeah, and while I'm speaking on it, let me speak on this too. Some of y'all out there, y'all take a special interest in dope fiends humiliating themselves, giving them $5 and telling them to do a backwards flip. $10 to jump in front of a car, jump off of a bridge or something stupid. You know, making them sing for money. Like, you know, I give you $5 singing that day, ha ha ha, just laughing and giggling the whole time. It's something sick about that to me. Like who raised you? Who raised you? Those women who go out there to Dubai and humiliate themselves, they're not just humiliating themselves, they're humiliating their whole family. But something tells me before they even got to that point, their family humiliated them. The mama and dad, there's something wrong with the mom and dad. It starts at home, I can guarantee you. And another thing too, fam, you have to be mentally incompetent to do something like that. So these women, although they may look good on the outside, they might look fine, it may look like they got it together, they got the Instagram page popping and they're all over here and they showing off their bags and their shoes, and they're showing off the cars that they're in and the places they go and the events that they attend. They're showing off their ass and the tits and all this stuff. All that's cool. But they have mental issues. And this is what y'all better understand. This is why a lot of you dudes be getting caught up. Y'all be asthmatized. Y'all see a woman ass and y'all just go, that's all you need to see. And now you got a woman that's beating on your child because they can't stand you. So they going upside your kid head. You got a woman who is dragging you back and forth to court, trying to get even more money, who already digging in your pockets real deep for the child support, and she going after every little thing you get. Every time it look like you might be experiencing a little come up, she go back to the court and I'll ask for some more money. She see you with a new woman. She's trying to make your life miserable. Don't want to let you see your kids. See, a lot of these women out here, they got mental problems. Y'all looking at a fat ass, you know? And then you have a situation where you got the women who got it together. They trying to wonder, like, what is it that y'all see in these women? What is it y'all see? And constantly putting yourself in these situations, and you have the women out here who are good women, but y'all can't see that because the good women are not being celebrated. So it appears that all of the women are bad. I know better because I ain't stupid. I know a lot of good women. So I would never say all women. I know a lot of good men. So I never say all men are bad. All men ain't nothing. All men this and that. I ain't that stupid. You see? So I see it. Getting hypnotized by looking at a woman's ass, looking at her ass sets instead of her assets. You're looking at her ass sets. You see? The dudes, I can guarantee you, it's a long line of every last one of them women that go to Dubai and get shitted on. It's a whole line of dudes right here in Houston and Miami and LA and New York and Beaumont, Texas, everywhere all over the United States who shit on dudes every day, who look at these dudes like they ain't nothing. They handle these dudes like they ain't nothing, act like they all of that, and then go to Dubai and get shitted on purpose for some money. Make it make sense. Going into the comments. Etheric God, what up? Etheric God. Candy Companion. Fred Turner, what up? And I'm gonna say this, fam. I gotta say this to the women out there. You know you good, and I know it's got to be frustrating for y'all, you know, to see stuff like this, because immediately some dudes, not all, but some dudes will just be like, totally be like, oh well, that's why, man, I don't trust them. These women, this and this, and they use these generalizations. I don't use generalizations like that because I know that it ain't right. I know it's not true. So I don't use those type of terms when I'm speaking of women. But I know it's got to be frustrating to the good women who are out there to see this type of stuff and, you know, to witness this stuff and they read the comments of dudes just, you know, stroking all women with one broad, you know, brush. I know that's got to be frustrating because, you know, there's so many women out there who are getting up on the grind and going to work and handling their business. And it's got to be frustrating to know that you got to goddamn get up and you going in, putting in 8, 9, 10 hours a day, you know, 5 days a week or 6 days a week, and you working, you doing what you got to do. And you see these dudes lusting over these women who ain't got no substance. These women who ain't got nothing up top, who ain't got no integrity. They don't nothing embarrass them. They have no dignity. Hold the line, sister. Don't give up. Don't give up, because if a dude fall for that, he ain't worth it anyway. So don't give up and don't get caught up in a dude like that, because you mess around and get caught up in a dude like that, then when a right one come along, you're going to be occupied. You ain't going to be able to get at him because you're going to be already committed. And if you're a good woman, you're going to be committed. You ain't going to try to slip and slide. You're going to, being a good woman, though, you're going to recognize a good man. You're going to recognize, damn, he really is a good dude. But damn, I'm stuck with this dude who I thought I wanted. I'm stuck with this dude who liked that other stuff. Damn, I messed up. And I'm stuck because I done fucked around and married this fool. Or I done messed around and moved in with this fool. I'm in a committed relationship with this fool. So I can't even holler at this one over here. Same thing for dudes. You mess around and get with the wrong one, commit with the wrong one. When the right one come along, you can't do nothing because you already committed. And if the right one see you and see that you are you a good dude and you might be a good dude, but she ain't gonna cross that line. The right one, a good one, ain't gonna cross that line because she gonna say, I wouldn't want nobody to do me like that. And then I don't rock like that. I don't get out like that. And I ain't playing second fiddle. Now I know some of y'all out there saying, damn, Will, you messing up the hustle, man. You messing up the yeah. Suck it up, buttercup. Got to put that truth out there, man, you know. And people gonna, at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do anyway. So what I'm saying don't even matter. If a person don't want to get right, they ain't gonna get right no way. So it don't even really matter what I'm saying. You know, what I'm saying is really for people that want to, you know, if they want to switch it up, they want to change, and they want to, you know, they want to walk in that righteousness. They want to walk in the right manner. That's cool. But if you don't, you know, that's why I say, whatever I say, hey man, this ain't financial advice. This ain't social advice. This is whatever you want it to be. This is just me speaking, saying this is how I rock. This is what I do. This is what I think. And if you hear something that you like that might work for you, you go ahead and apply it. If you don't, just like at church, hey, leave it alone. Don't even mess with it. Sometimes the pastor is preaching at church and you just be listening and you don't really hear. You hear him, you know he preaching, you hear everything he's saying, and you taking it in, everything. Every now and then you might do a knee jerk, amen, 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 And you just listening, but then all of a sudden he says something or she says something that connects with you, and you go, shit, damn, is he talking about me? Then you be thinking, damn, man, did my girl say something to him? Did she say something? Did my mama tell him something about me? Well, he cool with my daddy. Did daddy say something? Because that pastor, sometimes them pastors say exactly what's going on in your life. You be like, what? Damn, man, is this dude listening to me? He got my phone tapped or something. He got my house wired. That's why you got to know who you are, fam. You got to know who you are. And you got to know what you won't do for money. You got to know. If you don't know what you will do for money, you have to know what you won't do for money. And that's on any level. That's on any level. It don't have to be entertainment. Entertainment, I know a lot of times we joke about entertainment and we hard on entertainers because entertainers are in the spotlight, right? But, what about the ones who are, working at McDonald's, where the manager got manager got power, the manager got clout, and the manager is deciding whether or not you work, how many days and how many hours a week you get. What you willing to do for that? Or maybe you work at, maybe you work at a refinery. Maybe you work at a warehouse somewhere. Maybe you got an opportunity, you work in the school district or something, and the supervisor got action at giving you more action. Or you work in a precinct and the judge got the action. Now, what you willing to do for that? See, those are the stories we don't hear about it, but it's way more people out there that are affected by those type of stories than the ones you see in the news in celebrity news. Way more of those stories out there. Those are stories you don't hear about. It's way more people out there compromising their integrity, their morals, their convictions in these other industries than the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry in the grand scope of industries is a very small industry. Think about what I'm saying. It is a very small industry. It is a very exclusive industry compared to others. You start thinking about industries like law enforcement, the medical industry, the educational industry. You start talking about the transportation industry, the construction industry, the political industry. You start getting into all these other industries, it's way more people out there compromising themselves for a little paper, a little promotion. People out here doing all kinds of unspeakable things. Start talking about media, the media industry. It's all kinds of people, you never hear their names. But they're out there and they're compromising their integrity. They're compromising, their morals, their values. They're doing all kinds of unspeakable things for the bag to get ahead. What about the textile industry? The clothing industry? The concrete industry, painting, the electronics industry, the tech industry. Man, these stories out here, out there, fam. It's millions of these stories out here developing daily. Those are stories you don't hear about. What's up, Shelly? Shelly Birch. What's up, Miss Sean? Sean Lunatic. Nadine Johnson. Boy, I couldn't help when I heard this story. I couldn't help but go back to Ice Cube's song. Ice Cube, the song that he did when he was with NWA, and he said, "Bitch, eat shit and die." I was like, I wonder if Cube really thought. Did he really think that there would come a time that he would hear that people that eating shit was a thing? Like people actually are doing that. They're actually doing that. That's crazy. That's crazy for money. For money, man. There's so many ways to get money. There's so many different ways to get money. Even if you want to talk about humiliating yourself, that's other humiliating ways to get money than eating shit. Good God. That's why I say, fam, if you don't know what you're going to do for money, you better know what you won't do for money. Look, man, I don't even see how they do it. Like, let me tell you something. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how pretty she is. Let me tell you, Stacey Dash. A lot of dudes know Stacey Dash is trash. They know she's a self-hating buck dancer. They know this. But I still hear dudes say, man, yeah, but she fine, but I still hit. I still hit. I couldn't even get excited enough to hit. Like, it don't matter how fine she is. Once she sell out my people, I don't give a damn. I don't want nothing to do with her. She throw my people under the bus, I don't want nothing to do with her. Nothing. I don't even see her. I see through her now. She's nothing to me. She dead to me. The same thing with a woman that go out there that eats shit. If you eat shit, you can't tell me nothing. In fact, if you eat shit, you can't tell me shit ever again in life. It's nothing ever in life you can ever tell me. You ate shit. You eat shit. You can't tell me shit ever in life. Nothing ever. For the rest of eternity. You can't tell me shit. You ate shit. Damn. I don't think y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Like, you can be the smartest person in the world. You can have all of this nice stuff. You can have all this cute face, all this big old butt, everything perfectly matching. You can have your tattoos, whatever might turn you on. Whatever might turn somebody on. You can have all of this stuff. You can live in a stadium-sized house. You can have $70 trillion in the bank. If you eat shit, you can't tell me shit. Ever. I'm like, that motherfucker eats shit. She eats shit? No, fam. No. But the same women coming back to the US acting like they the shit. No, you ain't the shit. You eat shit. Eating shit don't make you the shit. You can't be the shit and eat shit at the same time. They coming back to the US with their nose in the air. Dudes trying to holler at them. They like walking off. but you was just eating shit. Like, how you gonna, like, how that how that work? Like, see, so when you see them on social media on these yachts, they're on these yachts, not all, but you have to be suspicious. Like, I wonder what comes with that. What came with that picture on that yacht? They're gonna show you them laying out on the yacht, or them and their buddy hanging out on the yacht. But they ain't gonna show you these decrepit old motherfuckers behind, that's right behind on the side of them, are the ones that's sitting there taking the picture or the video. They ain't gonna show you that. Don't get caught up in that social media, fam. And the trip part about it is that like the average people, common people ain't the only ones who get caught up in this internet thing, this social media stuff. What's the guy named the rapper? He said that he had Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates said that he got caught up in it and he was depressed for a while. He said, because he was watching social media and he watching all people doing all this stuff, and he was basically like, why not me? Why I ain't got this? Why I'm not doing this or whatever? And this guy's a celebrity, and this dude is the guy that's sitting on paper, and he got caught up. So you know what that'll do to the average person. So that's why you just got to get in your lane and be like, you know what, man, what's for me gonna be for me. And I'm gonna tell you one of my life hacks, fam, about like when I'm seeing people having a good time, seeing people enjoy themselves, living the life. First and foremost, I'm happy for them. That's first and foremost, because I like to see people having a good time. I'm the dude who can go to the club and I ain't got to dance because I'm cold-blooded with the dancing. Now you can ask Myron Hopes or my brother, he probably on here, Warren Van. I'm cold-blooded. My dance moves are super cold, but I don't dance because gangsters don't dance, we boogie, right? But I don't have to engage in dance. I don't have to be pushing up on no honey and none of that. I can sit back and I don't even have to be drinking. I can sit back and just watch people have a good time and have a good time. Think about it, fam, because there's so much madness out here. Just taking that break to see people have a good time. Oh man, it's one of my favorite pastimes. So I don't have to, be in the mix of the action to have a good time. I can watch other people have a good time. And I can have a good time just watching other people. Who is that? Moonshine. What's up, Moonshine? So when I see people on social media having it, doing their thing, I'm happy for them. I'm genuinely like, I see somebody, he just bought his girl a new truck, mama just got a new house, such, he dropped on his knees and he proposed, she accepted, they look like they're in love. I like that. I like that. I'm like, all right, go for it. I like that. If I want what they have, I look at it as motivation. It don't set me back emotionally. I look at it as motivation. When I see others having it, when I see them getting it, to me, it's motivation. It don't depress me because it's all about how you look at it, how you think about it. So when I look at it like it's either motivation for me to want to do it, or it's just something that brings me joy. Like watching people have a good time brings me joy. Now, unless it's an enemy, if somebody I don't like, then I wish they just get ran over by an 18-wheeler. Like, I just don't, I don't wish, I'm not the guy that wish happy things for my enemies. I'm not that guy, like I wish them bad, like a really bad day. I want them to suffer. I like that. But in general, just in general, people, I like to see people have a good time. That's impressive to me. So I don't get caught up in social media like that. I just don't. I never even before social media, when I saw people having a good time and having things, and I ain't have nothing. I always looked at it as motivation or just something that, was cool to me. I never like looked down on stuff like that. So that's just how I'm wired. So that was eye-opening for me when I heard that when Kevin Gates actually revealed that he had went through a depression bout because he was watching what everybody else was doing. So if a celebrity goes through something like that, just imagine, what it would do to the average. This is a person with means. This is a person who got it. This is a person who got a, you know, uh, easy to look at girlfriend or wife. This dude that got the money, the cars, the homes, and all that kind of stuff, and it even got to him. So I don't look at social media like that. Like I don't look at social media like, oh, they got this, they got that. Because I just believe that whatever's for me is going to be for me. And if I want it, I'll aspire to get it. And if at the end of the day I don't get it, or the end of the year I don't get it, it wasn't meant for me. Maybe it wasn't meant for me, or maybe it wasn't meant for me to have at that time. Yeah, I even think about like my situation today. Like I used to think like, man, you know, like I used to like wonder like, damn, man, why am I not getting all the shine that I feel I deserve? And I should have a lot more than what I have. And I remember sitting at home one day. I was at the this is when I had the house on the golf course. And I caught my snap. I looked around. I was kind of depressed about it. And I looked outside. I'm looking at my floor to ceiling windows, looking at the floor to ceiling windows. I'm looking at my waterfall. I'm looking at people walk on the golf course. I'm looking at these big old ass, 200-year-old oak trees. I'm like, man, you tripping. And I calmed all the way down. And my point that I was going to make about this is that I said to myself right then, I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I ain't where I used to be. So even though at that time I wasn't where I wanted to be, I had advanced a lot further than I was. Even if it wasn't a lot further, I was in a better place than I was in the past. So to me, that was progress. So that's how I operate. That's one of my life hacks. If I'm ever in a position where I feel I'm not getting what I deserve, I'm feeling a little inadequate, I think about how far I've come from where I was, and it just get right. I just get back on track just like that. That's one of my life hacks, fam. I share that with y'all. I use that often. Like even, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you one more life hack. Say for instance, like I think all of us have something that somebody wants. At least one thing that somebody wants. You probably can't see it. You probably don't even recognize it because you don't really respect certain attributes that you have. But all of us have something that somebody wants, right? Or wish that they had. Perhaps it's your looks. Perhaps it's your strength. Perhaps it's your physique. Perhaps it's your intelligence. Perhaps it's your kindness. Perhaps, it's your generosity. Perhaps it's your heart, your penchant to forgive. You know, um, perhaps it's your likability. See, we don't be thinking like that. We just be thinking like monetarily what people have and why we ain't got it, and we just start spiraling out of control into depression. But I know people who are rich and they ain't, and they're rich in money, but in regards to humanity, they're nothing. They're empty. They're on E. They're broke. They're like literally broke in the humanity department. They're spiritually broke, right? And they have people around them who are spiritually rich, who people genuinely like, and they're jealous of them. They actually jealous of them. So they'll keep that person from shining. They won't offer that person help or assistance because they know that if that person is already liked, if that person is already smart, if that person is already a grinder, a hustler, if they had the resources, they might pass them up, or they may not need them any longer. So they're not going to help them. See, there's people out there that's like that. So all of us got something. It's sometimes, it might even be your ability to be lighthearted, not take things so seriously. That's a gift. It might be the idea that, you're a funny person. You know what I'm saying? You make people laugh. You come into the room and you're the life of the party. It could be that. People want that. Like, you don't understand how much of a gift that is. See, oftentimes when we think about gifts, we think about, the ability to run, the ability to catch, the ability to tackle, the ability to throw a punch, the ability to, pass a test, make straight A's, and to invent things, to build. We think of things like a lot of times, to be able to cook like a chef. We think of things along that line, but there's a lot of attributes that all of us have that are intangible that others wish they had, and they'll never have it because they're not wired like that, And so some of these other things people have to work on, whereas that it comes natural to you. See, that's your gift, right? That's a gift. That's part of a gift, right? So I look at it like that, fam. I look at life like, when I look at it like, hey, first and foremost, like anytime I feel like inadequate or I feel like I ain't getting it fast enough, I ain't where I want to be, man, I'll be thinking, thank God I ain't where I used to be. Hey, man, I ain't where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And the other thing, like I said, is like just like living life and going forward in life, like knowing that there are things that I have, intangible things that others wish that they have. So no matter how much I might get down on myself, I know that I'm valuable. I see value in myself. I always see value in myself. So you can say what you want to say about me, like you ain't gonna never convince me that I ain't valuable. You'll never convince me of that. Even when I get, 80, 90 years old and, Can't get up on that stage and grab that mic no more. You know, I ain't gonna be 80 or 90. I'd probably be like 135 or something like that if I can't get on stage and grab a mic. But as long as I'm breathing, you know, I'm gonna be able to get that, grab that mic. 80, 90 ain't shit. I do it. I bust 80 and 90 on them and like nothing. I hit that 80 or 90, like 80 or 90, grab a mic, do a spin around everything. Like I got that 80 or 90. About 100 and I'll say about 100. Okay, realistic. Okay, I ain't gonna say 135. I'll say about 100 and maybe 14. I'll stop getting up on the stage. Maybe about 114, 15, something like that. But yeah, I got the rest of it. Shelly, what's up, Shelly? Lindsay. Kenny B, what up? What's up, Letitia? Rose R. Candy Pearson. Oh, one more thing, fam, before I go. I'll give y'all one more. I'll give you one more. So there is this prayer called the Serenity Prayer. And it goes like this. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the strength to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I've been using that since I was a teenager, and it has helped me through some difficult times. That prayer is more important than it may even sound to you. It may just sound like a little regular old prayer or whatever, but it's just one of those things. Even if you don't believe in God, take God out of it and just say to yourself, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the strength to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. When you get that down, see, it's so ingrained in my DNA that it kicks in automatically. No matter what I'm going through, it just kick in automatically. Boom, just like that. Boom, kick right on in. Kick right on in. So you got to be able to recognize, like, be at peace with things that you can't change. See, a lot of times people go into depression, they spiral into depression, and they get upset about things they can't change. You can't do anything about it. You feel powerless. Why do you feel like that? Because you want to be in control, you see? And we have to understand, even the most powerful among us are not going to always be in control. There's going to come a time when you don't have control of a situation. And you're going to have to be okay with accepting that. You're going to have to be okay with being at peace with that. Look, fam, even if it's a situation, let's say you get locked up for something. It don't matter what it is. Let's say you get popped, they got the cuffs on, you locked up. Okay. And let's just say, we ain't gonna say you're guilty or innocent. We're just gonna say you got locked up. Well, once you get locked up, ain't nothing you can do about the fact that you got locked up. You got the cuffs on, you got locked up, you're locked up. So you got to have peace about being locked up. Now, of course, you're trying to get out of there and you got to, wheels are spinning, like how you get out, how do you get yourself out of this mess? But that comes later. And the first thing you have to do is say, I'm locked up. I can't change that. I'm at peace with it. I got locked up. But here comes the strength. The strength comes in with you using your power, whatever resources that you have to help yourself get out of there. First, you want to try to make bond. Calling around, try to make bond. Get out of there. Maybe get a lawyer. Maybe you can't make bond, so you got to sit there. But in the meanwhile, you have the strength to change the things that you can. What can you change? Number one, you can change your attitude. Perhaps you're innocent, but perhaps you did something to put yourself in a position to be accused in the first place. So you can change your attitude, you can change your behavior. That's the strength. When you change your attitude, you change your behavior. That's great. That's having the strength to change the things that you can. What can also having the strength to change the things you can is making bonds. So you made bond. You changed the fact that you were locked up. So you got out of that. Perhaps you got yourself a lawyer. You did all those things to get yourself out of there. Or let's say perhaps you couldn't afford to get out and you had to sit in there and you had to sit. Well, you can change that by respecting the process. You got to sit, you can't afford to get out, so you got to sit and deal with it. So you got to have strength. You got to hold on to that strength until you bounce up out of that bad boy. You have the power to change that. You have the power to get out, unless you got yourself into something like, a murder case or something and they got you all the way to the left. It's going to be hard to get up out of that. But any other thing, you got the power to get out. So perhaps you use all your resources. You make phone calls, you reach out to Congress people, you reach out to activists, you reach out to influencers, you reach out to celebrities, anybody you can, your uncle, your uncle who knows somebody, who knows whoever, whatever you got to do. That's the strength part. So, that serenity prayer works. Grant me the serenity to accept what I can't change, the strength to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. But that's all for now, fam. I got a few more life hacks that I'll share with y'all down the road. But for now, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. A couple more shout outs before I leave. Tony Rain. Let's see. Got Tony Rain. Nick. What's up, Nick? Nadine Johnson. Okay. And Mia Fry. There it is, fam. I appreciate y'all. That's it, fam. Until next time. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, fam. No more talk.